It's that point in the year where the beanies and jackets make their reemergence. What if I told you an opposing quarterback wearing these was Syracuse football's kryptonite on Saturday? Welcome into sports. I'm Trey Redfield. Fans were welcomed back with Jimmy Boeheim scoring the Orange's first 8 points en route to a 97-63 victory over Lafayette. After the game, it was this guy talking about his son's goods and bads in the win. This morning, Max Scherzer signed a 3-year, $130 million deal with New York, joining Jacob deGrom in Flushing. Oh boy, talk about back-to-back aces. When I covered this Syracuse women's soccer team in 2020, I said a lot of another match, another loss. But in 2021, you and I are going to have to get used to saying another match, another win, because the Orange took down the Wildcats in New Hampshire by a final of 2-0 on Sunday afternoon here in Durham, New Hampshire. You know how I mentioned those 3 touchdowns? All of them went to A.T. Perry. And you know when Randy Moss had that career highlight on Thanksgiving of '98? Well, very similar. 3 receptions, all 3 for 6, and it went for 137 yards. Lindsay, 5-6 Syracuse football was in search of one more win to make it a bowl game, but the Orange had to get through a couple of bumps in the road to even have a chance this Saturday. What were those bumps? Well, we're gonna have to find out on the other side. A shootout in the Dome. Coming up on the bench, Syracuse football took its toughest opponent into overtime on Saturday. Find out if 19th ranked Wake Forest received a verdict similar to 2019.
If you're a fan of 9th ranked Syracuse men's lacrosse, you could have described this one in multiple ways. Bad, ugly, and maybe even horrendous. Either way, it was 5th ranked North Carolina that dominated in a 21-9 victory right behind me in the Dome.
Well, Lindsay, we got it all. Syracuse football traveled to one of the most hostile college football environments on Saturday. Did the Orange sleep with one eye open, or did Virginia Tech grip its pillow tight? The answers revealed after the break. The reason why Adams was a little upset after today's win was because of the shot on goal number next to Syracuse's number 2. 10 shots on goal today for the Orange, but they weren't able to find the back of the net until midway through the second half. It wasn't just the ground game going for SU, it was also the passing game, even without Taj Harris. Over to Anthony Quealy, that's another piece of 6, 14-3 SU. In the second 45, Kevin Agadugu was firing early. A magnificent strike by the Norwegian, but Lucas Danhauer says "Nei." That's how you say no in Norwegian. Right now, Syracuse sits at 1-3 on the year in the ACC. Dead last, bottom of the totem pole. So what you got to do? You got to win big against these 2 teams, Virginia and Charlottesville, this upcoming Saturday. And then after that, you have Notre Dame over in South Bend. So if you want to impress anyone in the tournament committee on May 8th and 9th, you've got to do this. You've got to win these games, and you've got to win them big.
So you've been all around North Carolina. You played with the Tarboro River Bandits. You went to North Pitt High School. You played for UNC Asheville. Now you're at Appalachian State. You're also here in Morehead City. Do you like the mountains or the beach more in the state of North Carolina?
Sunday brought a very impressive season-opening victory for Syracuse women's soccer. On Thursday, it brought a disappointing defeat. The Orange fell to Niagara by a score of 4-2 right here at SU Soccer Stadium, thanks to a hat trick from Niagara junior forward Florence Valancourt. After the game, head coach Nikki Adams talked about how there's going to be some growing pains on this young Orange squad this season. In the NFL, the Jets made history yesterday. They ate a burger. A 50 burger was the kind, to be more descriptive. Did New York like it? No, not at all. It was actually disgusting because it hasn't eaten one since 1995.
For Dordovic and the rest of the Orange, there are a lot of low notes to look into after this one. UNC star attackman Chris Gray had 8 points on the day. Also, 12 different members of the Tar Heels found the back of the net. SU will look to bounce back on Saturday in Charlottesville against ACC foe Virginia. Face-off is set for 1.
And more particularly, head coach John Desco, from regular season thrillers to battles on Memorial Day weekend to points where Syracuse was in the Big East to points when Syracuse was in the ACC. You've seen it all. Give me your best memory against Coach Desco.
Staying on the term young, that's the best way to describe this 2021 campaign for SU. Currently at 1-1 on the year, the Orange look to make it 2-1 right here at home against Eastern Michigan on Sunday. Kickoff is set for 1. Reporting from SU Soccer Stadium, Trey Redfield, Citrus TV.
And then this happens. Garrett Schrader from midfield gets crushed, but finds Damian Alford at the 10. He's off to Never Never Land, ladies and gentlemen. The Orange take it 41-36. And Garrett Schrader, he was money. How much? Priceless, my friend.